Hello everyone, welcome back to ASC's Healthy Living. In continuation of our previous class and topic titled Foods That Are Killing You Slowly but Steadily. You are welcome to ASC's Healthy Living once again. Health is a choice, learn how to choose it. Choosing health means learning how to supply your body, your cells, what they need while keeping them free from what they don't need. The purpose of this platform is for you to own your health. Owning your health is to learning about the things you can take. Like I always say, all we need now is not more medications, but more education, because the best prescription is knowledge. In our previous videos, I explained about what I termed the big four. The big four is white refined sugar, white refined flour, processed oil, and milk. I've explained about the refined sugar, but today I'll be talking about the white processed or refined flour, which is quick, inexpensive, and destructive to your health. And this white refined flour, we can get them as bread, pasta, baked foods are made of white refined flour and easy to use, easy to store, highly processed derivative of what was once wheat grain. Wheat is a good and nutritious food, but by the time wheat gets ground up and processed into white refined flour, it bears little resemblance, physically or nutritionally, of wheat. White flour contains little or no nutrients and is toxic and anti-nutrient like refined sugar. White refined flour also contributes to the cause of disease and toxicity in our body. White flour contains no fiber, almost no fiber, which is essential for proper bowel movement and toxins removal from our body. I have always explained this in my previous videos. Eating too much refined white flour and not enough fiber is associated with constipation, hemorrhoids, colitis, and rectal cancer, etc. For example, constipation is one of the major causes of so many diseases in the body because the essence of eating is for the body to absorb nutrients into our body. But once the food is constipated, digestion did not take place. It is fermentation that takes place. And every fermented food releases gas. This gas goes into our body, reduce the amount of oxygen flow in our blood, cause bloating, and cause a lot of challenge inside the body. Unbalance the metabolic process in our body. So whenever there is constipation, there is challenge in the system. Mostly every diabetic patient is constipated. Their digestive process and metabolism is very slow. Avoiding white refined flour is not easy because it is in visually all the breads we take, pastas, cake, cookies, crackers, breakfast cereals, pizzas, and pastry, etc. But when you realize that processed white flour causes disease, cutting down on the refined white flour product you consume is worth the effort. I always say this, by common sense, we can say that refined white flour will also subject the body to most of the same harms which white sugar does, which is also devoid of any minerals, vitamin, and fiber. However, I will list the predominant harms caused by refined white flour for greater understanding of our listeners. Regular consumption of white flour leads to deficiency of the B vitamins in our body, which is necessary for digestion and assimilation by the body of all carbohydrate food, the sugars and starches. But none of the B vitamins are present in refined white flour. Hence, for assimilation and use of refined white flour by the body, the B vitamin are stolen from our nerves, muscles, liver, kidney, stomach, heart, skin, eyes, etc. And this leads to blood vision. And this also leads to deficiency in the organs and leave the body deficient and causes a lot of challenge for the individual. Since we can't do without the white refined flour, as more of this refined white flour is taken, more B vitamin are stolen from the organ. Then we suffer from nervous irritability, digestive disorder, tiredness, poor eyesight, anemia, heart trouble, muscular disease, skin disease, etc. I can't list all the ailments this moment. The video will be too long if the entire ailments are listed. Then one of the other challenges, it causes fatigue and depletion of energy. Excess carbohydrate is a big problem, mostly the refined one. The weakening of bones, excess carbohydrate, refined flour also weaken our bone. White flour decreases and deplete calcium from our bone. White flour also lack fiber. This food have no fiber, hence they cause constipation. White flour is the reason of constipation, bloating, people moving around with big stomach. You see a lot of men with big stomach. The one of the things is when you also take it in beer, there's carbohydrate, enough sugar in that. Most of the beers they take also lead to this increase of stomach. Also increase in blood sugar. Refined white flour leads to increase in blood sugar more rapidly than any other thing because it has no fiber and the stomach cannot move. So the removal of most of these toxins remains inside because the B vitamin, which helps in digestion, is no longer available in the system. So I'll put it to us this way. Most of this food we eat are make-believe foods. Eating processed foods of any kind is fundamentally different from any nutritionally inferior to eating whole unprocessed foods. Most of the food we eat are foodless foods, make-believe foods. The most important and universal recommendation I can give to anyone is to cut down your refined white flour. Reduce it because it will help you eat more of unprocessed natural food. Subscribe to this video, watch, share to your relatives. Subscribe so you can get more videos coming in our upcoming and other videos we've made on this channel. Thank you very much.